Even as you're listening to this today, before the polls close today, Bernie is still number one in delegates, even after that incredible win that Joe Biden got in South Carolina. Bernie still has the most delegates. Bernie still has the most campaign contributions. Bernie still has the most donors. Bernie is still number one in all the national polls. They did a poll actually just since the South Carolina on Saturday until I think sometime yesterday or last night, Monday. They did a poll in California just to see had there been any impact. And yes, Joe picked up some points in the polls, and yet the poll still shows for today's election in California, Bernie at number one with 35% of the vote, and Joe at number two with 18%. I mean, that's that wasn't reported yesterday. They're not talking about that. In every national poll that's been taken this past week, Bernie is number one in all of these polls. And in 75 of the polls that have been taken, since whenever they started taking them back in the fall, as to when they do the head-to-heads, Bernie versus Trump, Biden versus Trump, Klobuchar versus Trump. Well, first of all, the good news is that there's always been 4 or 5 Democrats that beat Trump in these head-to-head polls. Elizabeth beats Trump in Texas in a head-to-head. Warren versus Trump in Texas in the general election. So it's possible. I'm not so worried. I know a lot of you are very, very worried. And I should probably be the most worried because, I was very worried 4 years ago, and I tried to warn everybody about what was going to happen. So I'm not saying that Trump isn't going to win this time around. We have to act every day as if he is. If you pull back from that position, if you say, oh yeah, no, we got this in the bag, I don't think anybody feels that way. I think we know what we're up against here.